Good morning. Could I please request everybody to have a seat? We have some reserved tables. Hello? Hello? Bryce? Okay. Heini P, good morning. Could you please have a seat? All right, we are going to get started. Heini P, good morning. Dear respected members of the LaRose family, members of the Winnebago Tribal Council, Nebraska State Senators, distinguished guests across the country, members of the Little Priest Tribal College Board of Trustees, students, and my fellow colleagues. Welcome to the grand opening ceremony of the Louis LaRose Memorial Building, our new $6 million building. We will begin this ceremony with a prayer from Vice Chair of the Winnebago Tribal Council, Mr. Isaac Smith. Could I please invite Mr. Isaac Smith to the stage? Kindly request all guests to please silence their phones at this time.
I want to start out by greeting everybody here with a good thought, good feeling here today, and glad you could make time on behalf of what's taking place in our little village in Winnebago, Nebraska here today. It's a great honor to be able to say a prayer on behalf of what's taking place here, the new building and all the other things that are taking place in our community here. And amongst the whole chunk people, the Winnebago people, we always try to start everything with a word of prayer. And we know that in those time of needs, that's something that we all really rely on is a word of prayer. And so one of the things that took place when they had a groundbreaking ceremony for this building here, when it was just a field, and they asked me if I could come up here and make a prayer and put some tobacco out. And so I did that, and then today there's a building here, so that the part of that prayer has been answered. And so I'm really glad that I get to be a part of that. And then I'm going to offer a word of prayer here, and then I'm going to call on one of my brothers, John. He's going to put a little bit out here, and then so I ask that you could bear along with me here at this time. Aho Mono Chungara come to your Sapina Gigi to you, to you for this day here, Mona. I ask that you could bless each and every one of the relatives that have gathered here and their families, their bloodlines, and their clans that they represent. Then Mono Chungara ask that you could bless all of our mourners out there, thinking about the Thomas family this morning. And then Mono Chungara ask that you could take care of all of our elders, the ones that have a hard time getting around, the ones that are in nursing homes, the ones that are in hospitals. Mono Chungara ask that you could continue to bless our soldier boys and soldier girls, the ones that are across seas, the ones that are over there defending our country and taking care of the things that they need to take care of. I ask that you could bless them with the ability to see far, shoot straight, and their knives will be sharp, Mona. And then Mona Chungara ask that you could bless all the ones that are in hospitals, that are in nursing homes, the ones that are having a hard time today. And then I ask that you could open the roads for all the ones that are traveling here today, Mona. And then Mona Chungara ask that you could bless all of our two-legged, all of our four-legged, all of our winged ones, all of our ones that swim underwater, the ones that grow in creation, Mona. And then I ask that you can continue to keep our young people in mind of the things that they're trying to accomplish in their life, Mona, with their education. Not only but can that education serve in the world here that we have, but then also be able to keep in mind that our tradition, our culture, our language, all those things are vital things that we have to learn as young people and continue to keep on living in our community here. And then Mono Chungara asks that I could continue to keep these grounds safe up here, that everybody that comes up here, that they could achieve what they set out to accomplish, that they could come by it in a good way, Mona, and that they could be able to make it a better place in their home and their hearts and their families, Mona. I ask if there's anything in this word of prayer here today, Mona, that I may have left out. I ask that you could overlook me for it and take care of it for us on behalf of our people, from the youngest to the oldest. Oh, hey, Sheikh J. And then as John's taking care of that for us, I just wanted to say a little bit. I see a lot of familiar faces here, and some of the things that the college has been working on. Some of those things are still coming down the road, and one of the dreams and hopes that we are able to try to envision here today is to be able to continue to expand our college, our Little Priest College. And on behalf of our war chief, there's many stories that were told and can be told about him, and then the things that he did for our tribe and for our people. Those things today, they still continue to be mentioned. And we have an annual celebration that takes place for our veterans once a year at the end of July. And this chief war priest, he's a real high honored person in our village. And there's many stories and many things that could be told and shared about him. But one of the things that he did that we still strive from and we still come from is there's bloodlines here amongst us that represent them, that come from that bloodline. And some of the things that he did was the Ho Chunk people are based off of a warrior society, and he took on a lot of those things and responsibilities on behalf of the tribe, on behalf of the youngest member to the oldest member, way back there before we had vehicles to move around. When we walked in the Winnebago tribe, or woodland people, we were removed, and the movement came and brought us here this far. And so today we're real thankful to the Creator, to God, to be a part of this and be able to live on this creation amongst each and every one of you. So I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to say thank you to you, Manoj, for extending me some tobacco, and then asking me to come over here and say a word of prayer. Thank you for your kind attention. Oh.
Pinigigi, thank you, Mr. Smith. We always appreciate your prayers. I need to wear my glasses. Now I invite the New Breed Drum Group to open this event with a song. Please be seated. Thank you for that wonderful song. We deeply appreciate that. Now I invite Tribal Council member and a relative of Mr. Louis LaRose, Mr. Kenny Mallory, to share a few words on behalf of the family and his own uh, relationship with Louis LaRose. So please give me please give him a warm welcome to Little Priest Tribal College, Mr. Mallory.
Clap a little more. Good morning, each and every one of you. My sister-in-law, Nita LaRose, Louis' husband, my brother Louis' wife, has asked me to speak on her behalf about this situation. But I want to say what I have to say first and then acknowledge Nita's remarks to the college. I lived at the shelter home that you see over here for 12 years when I was a little boy. There used to be 2 additional buildings there. They were old wooden buildings that were torn down, and there was about 15 boys and maybe 13 girls that lived in that facility that is now the administration office. I lived there from 1944 to 1956. Then in 1957, I went to Haskell Institute, University of Nebraska, and Western Kentucky. From there, in 1962, I went to California and stayed there for 16 years. In 1977, I came back to Winnebago and worked for the tribe in various capacities, serving as a council member for many years. It was while I was a council member that I had the opportunity to go to a Reformed Church conference in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this is where the Reformed Church of America, who sponsored this shelter home, the Reformed Church, and the other facilities here, they had the conference there in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I had an opportunity to go to that conference. And it was at that conference where the president of the Reformed Church of America came up to me, Kenny, he says, I have a story to tell you about Louis LaRose. And it was at that time when boarding schools were being criticized or taken down for the type of treatment that Indian children were receiving. And the Reformed Church's main topic at that conference was what were they going to do with the shelter home in Winnebago. The president of that synod came up to me and he says, Kenny, he says, I want to tell you a story about Louis LaRose. He didn't know Louis was my brother. But he started off by telling me, you know, ever since this boarding school problem has taken place, people are starting to frown on institutions that have children there, even religious institutions. Well, the Reformed Church became aware of that, and they kind of didn't know what to do about the Winnebago Reformed Church mission. That mission wasn't part of that kind of behavior, but still there was a criticism and the arguments that were going up about Indian boarding schools and Reformed Church missions throughout the United States. So he said, I want to tell you a story about Louis. Him and a delegate of Winnebago people met with us in Orange City, Iowa. And they had a concern about what was going on, and they wanted to get rid of this mission building in Winnebago, the shelter home that you see behind us. And they said, we felt like it's only fair to offer the Winnebago tribe the opportunity to purchase that building. And Louis, I think Frank Beaver, Felix White, and Neola Walker were at that meeting. And the delegate from the Reformed Church sat down across from the tribal people, and they started talking about this shelter home. And the president, Ari Brower, said, you know, we looked at Louis and we said, Louis, would you like to make an offer on behalf of the tribe for that building. And Louis looked at him for just a little while, and he didn't say nothing, and the Dutch people start mumbling among themselves, and Louis' tribal delegate didn't know where he was coming from either. Then all of a sudden, Louis looked up at the president of the General Synod, and he says, Ari, he says, would you take $13 and some trinkets for that building? And everybody just was astounded that he said something like that. And the president of General Synod said, what's behind that, Mr. LaRose? He says, well, that's what the Pilgrims offered the Indians for Manhattan Island years ago. So that kind of softened the tone of the negotiation. The next day, the Reformed Church decided that they would pull back on their $73,000 offer and give the tribe their $63,000 offer. So he shared that story, and that's kind of folklore in Dutch Reform country. While you look at this facility today, and you just can't imagine the dream that we had for this facility all these years, and how you, President Munoz, have made it a reality. And much gratitude goes to you. And some of the people that went before you were involved in it too, but not to the extent of you. I know criticism has come often and in a harsh way, but you've always been a polite and decent person in the way you responded. And I think that's where you got most of your mileage. So, and I want to close by saying I shared this not because I wanted to say something about me. I closed because I wanted it to be something that Nita and her family can always be proud of. Nita has asked me if I would read this for her. Her culture and her tradition sometimes dictates that men do the talking and others do the listening. This is what Nita would like to say to you people. The LaRose and the Mallory family would like to express their gratitude to President Munoz and the Little Priest Tribal College Board of Directors for honoring Louis by naming this science building on behalf of our beloved husband, father, and Choka. It is a state-of-the-art building which also accommodates long-distance students. The biology and chemistry classes are over the top. The classrooms are designed with student input. Everything about this building is impressive. Louis would have been in awe of this building and how the first-class learning environment has developed on this reservation with Winnebago people. My husband's vision was to see the Winnebago people graduate from college and help their tribe and help the tribe with knowledge and retain the culture of the Native American people. Again, thank you for honoring my beloved husband, Louis LaRose. I'm blessed with the ability to drive by this college every day and be reminded of him. How can we have asked for so little and gotten so much? Thank you very much.
After that speech, my speech will be not that great. So, Mr. Mallory, thank you so much. Pinigigi. 2 days back, I received a letter from Rick Williams, former CEO of American Indian College Fund, and Dr. Jerry Steuben, retired professor from Iowa State University, who are close friends of Louis LaRose, and they have requested me to read their letter verbatim. Aho, President Patil. We greatly appreciate the honoring of Louis LaRose by naming a building on campus after him. He was a friend, a brother, an elder who guided us for over 50 years and always was there when we needed such guidance. We were and still are blessed by his presence in our lives. Louis was leading the fight for treaty, tribal, and individual rights. We remember the stories of Winnebago Nation crossing the Missouri River to reclaim tribal lands in Iowa. In the early 1970s, Louis sought the rights of those from many tribes who were incarcerated. He brought us both into that struggle. He went into the Nebraska prison to settle a dispute between inmates from different tribes and made them realize they had to support each other. He and others involved us in assisting both the native men and women in these prisons in being able to practice their traditional spiritual ways, attend funerals of their relatives back home, work release, and continual communication with their relatives. Louis was a strong supporter of education at all levels, from Head Start, schools, tribal colleges, and universities. To understand people, one must learn their ways of thinking was something we learned from Louis. We could go on for volumes of Louis helping others, but one aspect of Louis that made our hearts sing was his humor. He made us laugh and learn. We must acknowledge his love for the buffalo and bring them back to the land that he loved. Mike, the buffalo, was one of his favorite advisors. I had a chuckle when I read that. Lastly, we want to bless his wife, Anita LaRose, who is a sister to all of us. Louis loved his family. So today, bless all of you who are blessed by walking next to Louis's path of life. And thank all that were involved in honoring Louis in the sacred naming of this building in his honor. Rick Williams and Jerry Steuben. Thank you, Mr. Williams and Dr. Steuben, for this beautiful letter. At this time, I request Mrs. Anita LaRose, Little Priest Tribal College Board Chair, Amy LaPointe Houghton, and myself to step forward to sign the certificate of declaration to Louis LaRose's family. Now I request Mrs. LaRose to be back on the stage, our board chair, and one of our board member, Linnell Blackhawk, to please step forward. We have a special Pendleton blanket gift that was designed by one of our graduates, Trey Blackhawk, who won the American Indian College Fund's blanket contest last year. This is our highest honor to Mrs. LaRose's family. Now I request New Breed Drum Group to honor LaRose's family with a song. If you are able to stand, please stand and have your phones on silent. Thank you. Sorry. Pinigigi, thank you. Now I request Tribal Council Vice Chair, Mr. Isaac Smith, to come forward. And I request the entire Little Priest Tribal College Board of Trustees to step forward. Today, we are honoring our Board of Trustees who have worked tirelessly over the years to make this building a reality. As a token of appreciation, I request Mr. Smith to honor them with a Pendleton blanket. Big round of applause to my Board of Trustees. Thank you for everything. Now I request a very special person to step forward. He has been instrumental in the success of this building from the day one. He has worked tirelessly day in and day out to make this building a success. He has tolerated me for the last few months with my annoying questions and constant phone calls and messages. Now I request Jamie Chamberlain to step forward, please. Now I request Ho Chunk, couple of our board members are. Now I request a couple of my board members who work for Ho Chunk Incorporations to step forward. Willie Bass and Linnell Blackhawk, please. Big round of applause to Jamie Chamberlain as a project manager of this building. And yesterday also he made, um, for the community lunch, he made 680 burgers for 4 hours, helping his wife who works here. So he has to, of course. And I want to say, Jamie, you're a blessing, and I'm truly grateful. Yes, yes. You had a great team, but I just want to say um, you're an awesome guy, awesome person, and thank you. And I know you're done with me. Well, you might think that way, but it's not true. So thank you, Mr. Bass and Ms. Blackhawk, for the honor. Now I invite LPTC Board Chair Amy LaPointe-Houghton to share a few words on this historic occasion. Help me welcome Amy.
Heidi P, I feel kind of bad we didn't get Manoj a gift. Thanks for the gift. Um, so I am Amy LaPointe Houghton, and I have been the board chair for, I don't know, 6, 7 months, and been on the board of trustees for, this is my 6th year. And on behalf of the board, I would like to say thank you for coming. Welcome, everybody. A little bit about, what we're doing today. Want to share that this was not easy. I know Manoj had many sleepless nights and many conversations with, I don't know how many people, a lot of people, um, getting the numbers right and making sure the layout was good. And it just was a lot of stuff that went into this building. And, as the board, we're, I guess, and even more as the board chair, more privy to all that stuff that went into making this building a reality. And I was looking at the slideshow yesterday where we broke ground, with the picture of us all with the shovels. And I was like, wow, and here we are now. And the building is here and it's ready to be used by our students. And it's amazing. Um, so I just wanted to recognize that. And then I also want to recognize Manoj, his leadership at the college. He's been here over 5 years. He just had his 5th anniversary celebrated a week or so ago. So thank you, Manoj, for your dedication to the college. And, it doesn't stop here. There's already groundbreaking, or we already broke ground for the construction building. And he has a whole 10-year plan or 10-year plan, a whole plan for the 10 acres out here. And so the buildings are going to continue to come up on the campus and be available for our students. I want to share a little bit about how the naming went when it was getting close to completion and the discussion came up on the name of the building. I don't even think it was a minute that the entire board, Lanao was the one, it's simple, Louis. And so everybody was like, yep, yep. And so it was like, we didn't even have a big discussion. It was that easy to come up with that. And then just a quick story about my own experience that I want to share with you about Louis. I worked up here at the college back in, I think it was like 2001, 2002, in the Family Life Center. And we worked with the kids. Our target was like 4th and 5th graders. And Louis was the president at that time. And he would take the time out of his day and, bus some of the kids, the Woolwunk boys, out to the buffalo pasture. And we'd drive right into it and, all the kids would be in the back of his beat up truck because his truck had a bunch of dents in it from all the buffaloes ramming it. But one day we went out there and they all come to that truck. I was telling Nita this, and she said they knew that they knew his truck and they knew that he was bringing them something. So they would gather around, and all them boys are like scared, standing together and in the back of that truck, and so I'll always remember that because even though he was a president, he had a lot on his plate. He still took time for the kids. And then what else? I don't know. This is gonna be 5 minutes, Manoj, but because I did, the board has had a discussion about how do we recognize Manoj's leadership because the college has been 25 years, I think you just celebrated, and through a lot of things through those years, and my tenure on the board has been amazing and very positive. I don't think there was ever any issues that have come up, and I can't say that's the case for every board before me, and so I want to thank you and your team because it's not just you, but you have a team behind you that, and I know how much of a worrier you are, and that's why I say you probably had many sleepless nights, and here you are in where we're at today. So I just want to acknowledge him for that, and then also our board, and thank everybody for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy, for your thoughtful and inspiring words and for the kind words. I've not slept much, honestly speaking, especially yesterday. So, before I share my own remarks, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all our guests for being here today. Some of you have traveled long distances, and I'm truly thankful. We also have green jacket ambassadors from Siouxland Chamber of Commerce. If you're for the ribbon cutting ceremony, so we are very honored. Let me share a little history behind this building. Little Priest Tribal College received $13.7 million in COVID-19 relief funding, mainly from the U.S. Department of Education and Department of Interior through the Bureau of Indian Education. One of the first initiatives we launched was free tuition for all students. And after 5 years, we are proud to announce that we're going to continue offering free tuition for at least 2 more years. So many of our students have benefited from this opportunity, and I'm proud to say that this spring semester we had the largest enrollment ever of 225 students. When we received this huge pot of funds, I knew we had to use it wisely. My Vice President of Finance and Operations and myself had discussed various things. One Friday evening in November 2021, while working on the budget, I thought about the need for a dedicated space for STEM programs. And listen to this. This is interesting. At that time, we had only one lab for 5 programs. Students and faculty often waited in line for lab space. And I know some of my faculty is here literally standing outside, waiting for the faculty to leave so that they could occupy the space. And I have a picture of a student actually who was sitting in the hallway because there was no space. I'm proud to say, not anymore. During a regularly held board meeting, I shared my vision with our board. Out of the 5 board members, 3 were there at that particular board meeting. To dedicate 6 million out of the 13.7 million to build a new science facility. Initially, the US Department of Education rejected our request due to policy changes 3 times. It took us 4 months of negotiations, advocacy, and I want to give a special shout out to American Indian Higher Education Consortium, AHEC. And we have the Chief of Staff, AHEC from Minneapolis, John Phillips, Dr. John Phillips here. Thanks to their advocacy, their persistence, that day, in February of 2022, the Department of Education, I think they just gave up and said, yes, go ahead and build it. First, I want to say thanks to the beautiful flowers from AHEC, so thank you very much. And I brought this back to the board after careful planning and board approval. We spent almost 3 months discussing the location of the science building. After several discussions, the board decided to have our first building right on the 10-acre campus. On September 6th of 2023, we broke ground. And today, with the help of my colleagues, I'm proud to officially announce the Louis LaRose Memorial Building is open today. We have the President and CEO of Plan Architect, Nathan Callagher, he is here. Nathan, who designed our building. It's a 3-storied building, 13,650 square feet, standing 43 feet tall. The 3rd floor is the 2 state-of-the-art science labs with the latest instruments. 2nd floor is the 3 classrooms with a combined capacity of 96 students. And the 1st floor, there are 7 office spaces. The one students really cared was a student lounge, a student kitchenette, and a conference room. I hope you'll stay after the lunch to tour the building. It really is a beautiful building. There are many individuals and organizations I would like to recognize. As I call your name, if you are present and able, please stand to be recognized. I know some of the federal employees couldn't attend today because of the travel ban imposed on some of the federal employees. First, foremost, U.S. Department of Interior, Bureau of Indian Education, Dr. Catherine Campbell. Unfortunately, she couldn't come. They provided $3 million to this building. U.S. Department of Education for providing approximately $2 million for this building. All this happened because of a $1.2 million grant from a National Science Foundation called the Teacup Grant that happened a few years back to start our biology and chemistry programs. That was the seed that led to this building today. So I want to thank NSF for the $1.2 million grant. We have 2 private foundations from Omaha, William and Ruth Scott Family Foundation and Sherwood Foundation, who have contributed $500,000 each for this building. Just to give a little simple math calculation, that $1 million from the funding is going to help almost 2 years of free tuition for our students. This building was constructed by Ho-Chunk Construction. I would like anyone from Ho-Chunk Incorporation, if you're present and they're able, please stand and be recognized. If you are from Flat Water and Eeks Office Solution who furnished our building, if you can please stand, be recognized. as much as I'm happy, they are also very happy because they don't have to deal with me anymore. So all the subcontractors who have worked tirelessly here to make this facility, but all this was possible with the blessings of Winnebago Tribal Council members. So if you're able and if you're here, please stand up and please be recognized. Tribal Council members. Thank you, Pinigigi. We have a lot of people who made food today. So I can tell you guys, this food is amazing. So don't miss it. So everybody who made this meal possible today, so thank you so much. My incredible colleagues, my employees, my opening ceremony task force, all the red shirt people who are standing there who made it happen, I want to give them a big thank you and a big round of applause. Without you guys, without this, we won't be sitting in a tent. So their work, I can't thank them enough. So I know I've shared this again, but I cannot emphasize enough the role our board has played. They attend every month. They're here for me. They guide me. They support me. I want to take this opportunity again to personally thank my board of trustees for everything you have done for me and for my college and for college. Thank you, board. I also want to thank Nebraska state senators who are present. If you can, please stand and be recognized. They're all busy, but they have made time for us. This cannot end without a special thank you to my friend, who is the project manager from our side, Mr. Mark Wasina, the Vice President of Finance and Operations. I call him my partner in crime. Mark, thank you. You have done a fabulous job, and we are blessed to have you here. I also would like to thank these organizations for donating funds for this ceremony today. Winnebago Tribal Council, Winnebago Comprehensive Health System, Mahoney Insurance Group, Ho-Chunk Incorporation, Big Fire Law Firm, Wildlife Parks and Recreation, Winnebago's Casino and Resort, and Plan Architecture. They have donated funds to make this ceremony possible. So special thanks to all of you. Now a few personal words from about Louis LaRose. I first met Louis via Zoom during pandemic. He asked me, who am I? Because he had not met me because I was hired during COVID. I introduced myself. Although I only met him in person few times, one of the most meaningful was on September 15th, 2023, during our 25-year celebration. And that was the last time I met Louis. That day, Louis gave me an advice that will stay with me forever. And I think all board and the employees of the college should know this. And the entire community should know what he asked me as a promise. He says, I'm going to read it verbatim. Whatever you do, do not allow the college's accreditation and the mission to fail. He asked for my promise, and I gave it to him. I promised not only to protect the accreditation and the mission, but to make it stronger than ever. We cannot fail Louis. Throughout my time here, I've heard Louis' name spoken with deep respect at conferences, in meetings, among tribal leaders nationwide. He was not just one of the founders of LPTC, he was a true pioneer of the tribal college movement back in the 1970s. By the way, Louis served as the LPTC president. He was also one of the presidents of the college. Today, this building stands as a living testament to his vision, his sacrifices, and his unwavering belief in power of education. I only wish Louis could be there to see it. I know he would be proud. To my left, unfortunately it's covered by the way, to my left you will see our 10-acre annex, the future site of Little Priest Tribal College new campus. We are planning a $60 million new campus. Our goal is to complete the new campus within the next decade. Currently, we are constructing a $1.3 million carpentry building behind the cafeteria and look forward to similar celebrations in the next 7 months. And Ho Chung Construction will be building that building. So Jamie, you cannot miss me. Few more days on May 10th, Little Priest Tribal College is celebrating its graduation ceremony. And it gives me immense pleasure to announce Little Priest Tribal College will have the largest commencement ever in the college's history with 52 possible graduates. I repeat, it's possible 52 students. When I joined, it was 11. When I joined, we had 113 students. Today, we have 225 students. This is our vision, to make it happen. Before I hand over the mic to the task force, they've asked me to give the mic to the task force. I invite everyone to stay and enjoy lunch with us. It's a traditional meal, followed by building tours. If you are here from the members of the media, we will move to a nearby building, and my staff will help you, assist you to go to the different building. Finally, I ask the Green Jacket ambassadors from the Siouxland Chamber of Commerce, along with Little Priest Tribal College Board of Trustees, to gather at the main entrance for the ribbon cutting ceremony. Before I complete my remarks, I want to thank one more person, probably the most important for me, because without her, I won't go home. I want to thank my wife. She's here today. My kids couldn't come to this thing because school is important. That's what they told me. I have a picture of myself in the home so they don't forget me because I'm always on travel. But I want to take this opportunity to thank my wife. She has sacrificed her professional career for my success, and I'm truly grateful. This just ensured my dinner for tonight. Once again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everyone being here. Thank you for being part of this historic day. My heart is full, and I feel truly blessed. Pinigigi, thank you very much.
Hinikagiwi. My name is John Snowball. I'm a member of the executive team here at Little Priest, and I was a part of the task force, and we requested just a little bit of time. The task force asked me if I could present on our behalf. And I wanted to start off by recognizing my brothers over here, the drum group, the singers, my brother OC. He's got his brothers with him and his sons. Real special thing that they can provide for our community to bring that medicine and to really make it special for us. And also all of our invitees, that you taking your time out of your day and coming here and helping us make it special is really brings good medicine to us, and it's going to carry us a long way. And I want to start off with the story of Louis. I served a term on council, so I got to sit beside him, and I got to get some of his wisdom. And also I ran our Buffalo program for 4 years. and I was able to be selected onto the board of directors for the Intertribal Buffalo Council, a group of 60 tribes with 20,000 buffalo spread across the United States, collectively fighting to bring our natural food back to the Plains tribes. And when I got there, told them what tribe I was, they said, "Hey, we know Louis. He was their board chair for a long time." And throughout those meetings, I served on that board for 5 years, and throughout those meetings, he was mentioned often, what he said, how he was, and I guarantee today that's still the case in those meetings. And also, just a quick thing, we're having the buffalo chili. Those of you that eat meat, that's from our buffalo herd. It was donated by Wildlife and Parks, a very special thing. So I won't take too much longer. I know people are probably hungry. The task force and the Little Priest team feel really special about working here. You can get a good job, but it's also that you get paid in different ways, that you can be part of the 10 acres the next 10 years, seeing that vision carried out. And all these people chose to come here, and all these people choose to stay here. So we have a really strong team, and we also have great leadership. And we wanted to make sure that the two people didn't go unrecognized, because I know they wouldn't plan it for themselves. The partners in crime, Manoj and Mark Vecina, we would like to call you up. These ones? And a little interesting fact about Mark and Manoj, they're total opposites, but they're a great team. We didn't tell them because they wouldn't let us do it. All right. To our leadership, our vision. Thank you for your unwavering leadership. Thank you.
And then this isn't on any part of the program or anything, but this is Tom Teasdale. He's our general manager from the casino, and he wanted to make some remarks.
Thank you so much. I had the privilege to be appointed to the general manager position at Winnevegas in the fall of 2023, and had the privilege to learn much about former chairman Louis LaRose. And many of our Winnevegas family believe that Winnevegas would never have been possible if it were not for former chairman Louis LaRose. So I was going through the archives and found a photograph from one of the many openings and ribbon cutting ceremonies for Winnevegas as she expanded over the years. And I wanted to present this photograph of former Chairman LaRose at Winnevegas during that event to you.
Oh, wow. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Tom. What an honor. Well, that was a surprise. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't expect this at all. So thank you, task force and my colleagues for doing this. Um, yeah, everything was written. Now this is not written, so I don't know. Uh, We should cut the YouTube live right now. I just want to say thank you to my employees, Mark. You know, yeah, I don't know, speechless right now. So I would request the Board of Trustees, the Green Jacket ambassadors to head to the east of the building. The rest of the members, please stay, and my employees will be serving food. If you're having soup, please make sure to ask for a vegetarian or a meat soup. And again, I want to say thank you to my employees who worked tirelessly for making this happen. Thank you. I truly feel blessed.